a family's unbreakable bond. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, the Evans family lived a life filled with love, hope, and resilience. Emily and James Evans had been blessed with a beautiful baby boy named Noah. However, life threw them an unexpected challenge. Noah was diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder at birth that left him paralyzed from the waist down. Doctors had told the young parents that their son might never walk, leaving Emily and James devastated but determined to give him a life full of love and joy. Their home was always filled with warmth, despite the challenges they faced. Noah's 6-month milestone was approaching, and though other babies his age were starting to crawl, Noah could only lie on his back, cooing and smiling at the world with eyes full of wonder. His parents showered him with endless affection, but their hearts ached for what he might never experience. Chapter 2, The Arrival of Charlie. One day, James came home with a surprise, an 8-week-old golden retriever puppy named Charlie. Charlie had been rescued from a shelter, and from the moment he entered their home, it was as if he knew he had a special purpose. He was drawn to Noah instantly, lying beside him and curling up next to his tiny frame as if he understood his fragility. Emily and James watched in awe as their baby and puppy bonded. Charlie had an uncanny ability to sense when Noah was sad or restless, licking his tiny fingers to bring a smile to his face. The house, once filled with silent worries, now echoed with giggles and the pitter-patter of puppy paws. Chapter 3, An Unbreakable Friendship. As the days passed, Charlie became Noah's shadow, following him everywhere, whether it was during tummy time on a blanket or lying beside him in his crib. The puppy's golden fur and warm presence became a source of comfort for the little boy, who had never known mobility but found happiness in his furry friend. Emily noticed something strange. Whenever Noah cried, Charlie would nuzzle him gently, whining softly as if pleading for the baby to be okay. It was as though the puppy could understand his pain, a silent promise that he would always be there. Chapter 4, The Night That Changed Everything. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day, Emily and James tucked Noah into his crib and turned on the baby monitor before heading to bed. Charlie, as always, lay curled up beside Noah's crib, keeping a silent watch over him. A few hours later, the monitor crackled. At first, Emily thought it was just Noah stirring in his sleep. But then she heard something unusual, Charlie's soft, urgent whimpers. She sat up, her heart pounding, and nudged James awake. Then something astonishing happened. On the screen they saw Noah moving, really moving. His tiny legs, which had been lifeless since birth, wiggled ever so slightly. Charlie was nuzzling his belly, licking his feet, and pushing him gently with his nose as if encouraging him to move. Noah giggled, a sound so pure and full of delight that it sent shivers down Emily's spine. Chapter 5, A Miracle in Motion. James rushed to Noah's room, Emily close behind. They found Charlie standing beside the crib, his tail wagging furiously, while Noah's legs continued to twitch in ways they never had before. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she reached down and touched Noah's feet. For the first time they responded with a small, jerky movement. James choked back a sob, unable to believe what he was seeing. Their son, who had been told he would never move his lower body, was showing signs of motion. The next morning they rushed Noah to the doctor. The specialists were baffled, unable to explain the sudden movement. "This is unprecedented," the doctor said, shaking his head in disbelief. "Whatever you're doing at home, keep doing it." Chapter 6, The Healing Touch of Love. Over the next few weeks, Noah's movements became more pronounced. He would wiggle his toes when Charlie licked them, and soon he was kicking playfully. Physical therapy sessions became more productive, and the specialists were astounded by his rapid improvement. The story of Noah and Charlie soon spread, touching hearts far and wide. Scientists and veterinarians speculated that the deep bond between the puppy and the baby had stimulated dormant neural pathways in Noah's body. While there was no scientific explanation, one thing was clear: love and companionship had played a role in his progress. Chapter 7, A New Beginning. By Noah's first birthday, he was no longer a baby confined to a crib. He could now push himself up, attempting to sit with assistance. His parents wept tears of joy as they watched him grow stronger, defying the odds with every small movement. And through it all, Charlie was right there beside him, his guardian angel in golden fur. The once abandoned puppy had found his purpose, proving that sometimes, miracles come in the form of four-legged friends. Moral of the story. This story teaches us that love, companionship, and unwavering support can bring about the most unexpected miracles. Sometimes, hope is found in the purest friendships, ones that transcend barriers of species and defy medical logic. Never underestimate the power of love, determination, and the bonds we share with our furry companions.